YouTube, it's Jen.
And Brad.
And we're here for an update. Just start with the numbers. I am 5 feet 4 inches tall, started the journey at 262 pounds with lap band, got converted to a sleeve. Last time I came to you, I was 173 point something, and now I am 172.4, so I am maintaining.
Very nice. 6 feet tall, lap band in 2012, starting weight 320. Got to the point where when I ended up revising to bypass on September 23rd, that weight was 280.8. So September 23rd, 2019, 280.8. When I came to you all last time, January 6th of 2020, I was 229.6. And then as of last week's weigh-in, I was 210.2. So that is from bypass to now, 70.6 pounds down.
Fantastic.
Thank you. All right, so we just watched the last video we did in January. So some updates from there. At that time I had mentioned I just started strength training with Jen and her trainer, so I was 3 weeks in, and I was dying at that time. I'm still dying at this time, but I'm still doing it. I'm still enjoying it very much. We do it 3 days a week. And back then, when we first started, the bar itself weighs 35 pounds. So that is where I started on a lot of things. And then I might do like 10 pounds. So I would do like 45 pounds. So this past week, we did what was called maxing out. We're on 3 key exercises, squats, bench press, and deadlift. We tried to lift at least one time the heaviest weight we could, so we'd like build up into it. So for me, my squat was, instead of 45 pounds when I first started, it was 190 pounds. Bench press was 150 pounds, and deadlift was 210 pounds. So even though I'm still losing weight each week, I'm getting stronger. So back in January, I thought a lot of my weight loss was due to a lot of loss of muscle. So I feel like I must be, if I'm not putting on muscle, at least I'm getting stronger with the muscle I do have. So I like that I'm still losing weight while I'm working out. And then although at that time I said I was going to do more cardio, I haven't been on jogging, but we'll do walks. So once or twice a week at least, we'll walk at least 3 miles. So that's been good. And so those were all things that I told my nutritionist at the time, the dietitian, that I was going to start doing more exercise. I'm still trying to put a focus on eating protein first wherever possible. I do know for me, over time, so I'm now at basically the 7th month mark post-op. I can see where my portion size is. I'm able to eat more food, but I also think part of it is mental, where you look at a small amount of food and you're like, oh, that's not going to fill me up. But with a bypass, if you're like, okay, just let your stomach do the work that it's supposed to, you can still get full and maintain and be satisfied on a smaller amount of food. So some of it is just sometimes mental and just saying, nope, I'm just not going to eat. I'm A-okay. Maybe I'll have something to drink and I'll be good. But key is still tracking everything, weighing in every week. The last visit I had with my surgeon, my dietitian, things went very well. And one of the things I wanted to ask them that I reported about last time was, going in there, I was 229.6, I believe. And it was, okay, well, what weight do you want me to get to? And they said, we don't pick a number for you. When your body is healthy, when you're doing the fitness goals we want, when you're all your numbers look good. So I had the full panel of blood work. Everything looked great on the blood work I had done. My cholesterol was great. All these things. The only number that was a little high was my triglycerides, and even that was only at 200. So it was just outside the range. So they had started me on fish oil, and they wanted me to get some more soluble fiber in my diet. So I started eating flaxseed meal in my yogurt. So they said it's not so much about the number, it's just being healthy. So I'm not looking to stop losing weight at any time now. I've gotten into, size-wise, a 40-inch waist again. And so hopefully things keep going well. I'll get into the 30 number again, so it'll start with a 3, so I'm looking forward to that. What I also talked about last time was when I look in the mirror, I still see my same old fat self. I'm starting not to see that person anymore. I can see, especially with the working out, definition in my arms, in my chest, in my back. I can see. I still see so this is for your true weight loss people who know what it is, my pannus. I still see that, but I can see where I've gotten smaller.
He said pannus, not penis. He could always say that.
P-A-N-U-S. Yes, so my fat flap. But yeah, I can see definition of myself now, and so I can see where I'm getting smaller. And so I don't know if I'd seen that before, or I just didn't let myself see that before, but I enjoy it now, so I like that. And okay, hand it over to you for now.
Well, 2 questions. Number
Yes.
1, so in the beginning, just so that people understand second surgery bypass, what is your hunger like now? Are you still at, like last time you reported you were still never hungry? Are you hungry now?
I do get hungry now. So it's a little bit different. It's not like, so my stomach doesn't growl, but it feels like just throughout my abdomen, like, it's going to sound ridiculous, like this like ghost saying, "Oh, feed me." It's like my body gets hungry instead of just my stomach gets hungry. So I try to wait until my body is telling me I'm hungry rather than saying, "Oh, it's 11 o'clock, time to eat something." No, so because before, in the first few months, it was very difficult for me to get enough protein in and my calories in. So I would consciously have to eat like every other hour, every 2-3 hours. Whereas now, I'll try to start a little bit earlier in the day to try to start eating something. And I've got my foods down now. So when I say that, I found the foods that work well for me. I found the chickens and the different proteins I like to eat, fruit-wise, grapes, apples, strawberries, tangerines. So I've got like this, just especially now that with the whole social distancing and in the quarantine, we've been working from home for a month now. So that's a lot of at-home time. We're in separate offices, so we don't see each other all day, every day. But I think it's even more so now important to be diligent about what you're eating and eating when you're hungry, not out of boredom, because, man, you're just home and you're like, oh, what should I do now? I'll just go eat chips, or I'll just go eat something. So it's extremely important right now to be regimented about what I'm eating, knowing what I'm eating. So tonight I cooked steak for us and water chestnuts, and there was rice there, but that was not the centerpiece of the dish. So it's just important to knowing what I'm eating. Now, you had a second question?
Do you remember right before, so after he had the band removed, but before he had bypass, we had to go to a friend's wedding, and he had a suit made for him.
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to go to our niece's bat mitzvah prior to the whole plague. And so we went to go get the suit taken in, and the guy was like looking at him like, we can't.
Yeah, when was the wedding?
The wedding was August.
So the wedding was August.
And we went in the
I
very
had
beginning of
bypass
May.
in September.
March, very beginning of March.
Yeah, so, and it was a beautiful suit, but it was to fit a guy who is at a 281-pound frame.
Yeah.
And so we went in, had the bypass in September, went in March, and I'm like, I think I need the suit taken in a little bit. He's like, okay, well, let's put it on. And I put on the jacket, and he's like, you can't take this in. What did you do? Are you okay? I'm like, oh, well, I had some health issues and some surgery. And he's like, there's no taking the suit in at this point. He's like, you could take a suit in or out plus or minus like 25 pounds maybe. So I was down over 50 pounds at that point. So he's like, there's nothing I could do. We're going to have to get you a new suit. And I'm like, well, I've got an old suit at home. Let me go get that. Maybe we can have that let out. So I went home, got that suit, came back. He's like, let out? He's like, no, we might have to take this suit in. So that felt pretty good. But then, of course, everything got canceled.
Yes.
But, yeah, so I got to find out if I've got maybe like an even smaller suit somewhere in the closet at this point.
Yeah, because now it got moved to October, so
Yeah.
there'll be, still time to change your weight again.
Yep.
So, for those of you that have watched us from the very beginning, and you all know that I used to have a Quest protein bar addiction, and I'd like to say that I've been clean for probably close to 2 years.
Quest protein bars.
Those are Fiber One bars. They're to help the movement. I have not had protein bars. I've been clean for a very long time.
Mhm.
But now, with the
Oh.
quarantine,
Yes, I brought these into the house because when I saw my nutritionist last time in February, she was looking at MyFitnessPal and she's like, "You seem to really like pretzels." And for me, pretzels were great because it was salty. Ever since I had bypass, I can't taste things as strongly as I did before. So I like things that are very salty and I like crunchy. So I was eating pretzels, and of course I would weigh them out and stuff. And she's like, "So it seems like the bulk of your carbohydrates comes from pretzels. Is there something different we can get you to eat?" I'm like what? She's like, "Well, there's different kinds of snacks out there where that have, ideally less carbohydrates, more protein,
fiber.
and some fiber." So I'm like, okay. So I went looking. I went to Publix and to Whole Foods and to Fresh Market, tried some disgusting stuff where I would take one bite and think, and that's in the garbage. But I did land on, it's called Hippies.
Hippie chips.
Well, no, they're hippies.
Okay, hippies.
We just call them hippie chips. It's like HIPPEAS, but they're made from chickpeas.
Now, Brad told me...
And they're fantastic.
They're made from chickpeas. So I'm like, great. If I eat them and I chew them, they're mashed chickpeas, which is just hummus. So basically, I'm eating hummus, but
No.
he doesn't think it
Doesn't work
the
that
same
way.
thing. But these things, you can get them at Costco. They're friggin' amazing. Maybe it's just because I haven't had
We
chips
like the
in however many
vegan
years.
white cheddar flavor.
Yeah, I know. And I'm not a vegan person.
I know.
do not endorse vegan. He threatened to become vegan. I think it was over
No,
Christmas.
vegetarian.
We talked about vegan, and I'm like, I will divorce you. So I am not a vegan proponent, but these just happen to be vegan, and they're delicious. They're called Hippies, and they're fantastic.
They come in a bunch of different flavors. We've tried different
There
flavors.
are different flavors?
Yeah. Remember the nacho cheese one I tried?
That was Hippies?
Yeah. They're not good, trust me.
Okay.
Vegan white cheddar it's got my stamp of approval. Okay. Anything else to report right now?
I think that is it. We are alive. We've made it through the plague so far. It has had us... we are in Florida where it's 1,000 degrees, but I've been forcing him to take 3-mile walks with me just to get out of the house, and things are good. So we hope you all are big losers. Apparently last time I forgot, and I said, you all are just big losers.
No, I said, you're big losers. No,
we
that's
hope
not
you
it.
all are big losers. Kick some fat asses, and we love your faces.
You gonna say bye, YouTube?
And we'll see you again soon. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.